So it's finally official. Pet Simulator 99 and Big Games are done. This is the end of the Pet Simulator series and Big Games as a whole. And honestly, I'm really surprised this day would come so soon. And so in today's video, I want to explain what exactly happened, the explanation by Preston for why the studio closed, and what exactly built them up to where they are today, and the end of the group entirely. But real quick, make sure to like this video and subscribe. It means the world to me. But let's get right into it because this story is honestly pretty crazy. So yeah, this is the end of Big Games, and honestly, I'm really surprised it happened so soon. I mean, it feels like so recently that Pet Simulator 99 was the front page of Roblox. It was the best performing game on the platform, and even before that, Pet Simulator X was doing so amazingly. It really does not feel like that long ago that Big Games was at the top of the world. Every game they made would pull tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of players, and they basically took over the platform for literally years. I mean, ever since they released the first Pet Simulator game, they've always had a staple in the front page of Roblox. They've always been placed there, their newest projects or whatever they're making. Even the most experimental things would blow up and do massively. As well, there are so many people that built their careers off of the Pet Simulator series, off of Big Games, but today it seems as if all of that is coming to an end. Now, for those who are wondering what exactly the information behind this is, basically not too long ago, Preston, the owner of Big Games, updated his bio on Twitter. Instead of what it said previously, now it says previously at Build Into Games. And this was honestly very astonishing to people once they realized and noticed this, because the group is literally named after him. For those who don't know, Preston, aka Build Into Games, was the founder of the group. Big Games is named after him. His Roblox account is called Build Into Games. And so people were really confused why he had left them and thought it was some sort of prank or joke, but it seems to be way more serious because it got much further. You see, the majority of the people working on the game projects, etc., lost their badges and affiliate stuff, connecting their accounts on X or Twitter to the Big Games group. Basically, all the developers and people that previously worked with them were disconnected from the account and seemingly had moved on to new possibilities. Now, this caught a lot of people off guard and surprised many people, but the thing is, if you look at the signs, it honestly doesn't seem that surprising, because the thing is, Big Games had been falling off very fast for many different reasons. You see, one of their most recent failures was the release of a game called Steal a Pet. Now, this game was supposed to be very popular. Basically, every game that Pet Simulator developers had made before were massive. Their last game, Pets Go, was a massive success, but for some reason when they released this game, it failed completely. While people don't 100% know for sure why, it was mainly just because it was not an original idea at all. Nobody felt like playing it over the one they were copying, and it just honestly was not that special of a game. The thing that made Pets Go so popular was how it was fairly original. It was a strong idea, it was addictive, and it was well made, but this Steal a Pet game just wasn't the same, and the game flopped and failed completely. If you were to look at it today, you guys would see it dwindled in players and barely even surpassed any of their lowest player counts on their other games. I mean, the game basically was a massive failure, and I'm guessing they invested a lot of money and time into this game because it clearly had a massive effect on the future of their company. But the thing is, while this was the most recent painful issue to the company and most recent thing that messed with their finances or whatever, this was not the first sign that Big Games was in big trouble. About 2 months ago, I made a video talking about how Pet Simulator lost everything. In this video, I talked about the downfall of the games and what exactly had happened that had taken them down from being the front page of Roblox to where they are today. And since that video, they have continued to lose players. Their updates have gotten slower and slower, people have enjoyed the games less and less, and honestly, my predictions in that video were fairly correct. Feel free to watch it if you want, I won't rehash what I said, but overall, the games were dying at that point, and now it's only gotten worse. Now, a few of the reasons I talked about for why the games died is primarily just because people would get bored of them, they would feel like all they wanted to do was take your money, and every update they released started to become less and less fun and original. Not even just to mention that the fact that simulators get boring after a while. There's a reason why each of the Pet Simulator games has died before, and they've had to release a new one to get the players back into the series. Sadly, it's the cycle that happens to every simulator, and it seems like the developers didn't want to keep pushing this up. Not to mention, their controversy started to spike and spike and spike over the past few months and over the past year because of the things that Preston had been doing and the developers had been doing to make as much money as possible. I honestly think that Preston is one of the most richest and successful developers just because he's been able to monetize his games and make a ton of money off of them. Any Pet Simulator game you play, you'll notice how pay to win it is and how much money they try to make. And a lot of people start to get more and more mad at this. It started to become less fun, less based on skill or anything like that. And also, the updates that they were releasing were literally just copying other games. Like the Yeet to Pet update that they added was honestly just something something people didn't really like because it was just copying another popular game at the time. And so all of that connects back to what they decided to do, which was to release that Steal a Pet game, which failed completely for a very understandable reason. But the thing is, after this game failed, people did not expect them to quit. They did not expect them to abandon their games or end the studio or anything like that. But sadly, it seems as if these games and the studio are gone. This is the end of them, and it honestly caught a lot of people off guard. But that leads us to where we are today, with people noticing that Preston had removed big games from his bio. In a tweet on July 28, 2025, the Roblox RTC account posted saying, "Preston has left big games." In the replies, they say, "Further context, while it is true the groups are still owned by Preston, his Roblox account and Twitter bio have stated he's no longer working at big games and he'll be pursuing other things." In the comments, a lot of people were very happy, posting things like, "Good, maybe they can stop making Pet Simulator games and start making games that people will actually enjoy." And even a company posted saying, "Big Games, the creator of Pet Simulator on Roblox, was on track to make over $5 million this year and it looks like they just sold." So many people were wondering if he had sold the company, if he'd abandoned the company, or what he had decided to do. But it seems like Preston has confirmed what exactly the future is, why he left Big Games, and the future of Pet Simulator as a whole. Because you see, he tweeted something out on the 7th of August, which was just a picture of a cat in a hoodie. This picture is very cool. But in the replies, a lot of people were like, doing anything but telling us what the heck is going on. Or, "Haha, funny bro, I spent mad money on your game and you're not even gonna give us a reason to why you aren't updating and giving up?" And a YouTuber named Numerous said, "We for real getting no response." Along with someone saying, "It's nice to see a tweet from you. If you don't mind, can you please issue a statement about your plans on Pet Sim 99? A lot of the community are waiting anxiously for your update." And Preston finally responded to one of these people who said, "Can we get an official status update on Big Games and Pet Simulator?" Preston said, "We moved on. Roblox stopped showing the games to people. It was too expensive to run. That said, I haven't been involved in a long time. It was a mutual decision between everyone, and that's all I'm gonna say on it." And yeah, that was it. That's all Preston tweeted out speaking about it, and that's likely all he's gonna say. Maybe there's a chance he'll say more in the future, but this is basically all the information we need. Now we understand. It seems likely that Preston stepped away after making a bunch of money to focus on his real life or his other projects. I honestly don't know what he's doing next. I've seen some people saying he's like a part investor in a lot of big Roblox games like Grow a Garden, but there's no confirmation about that, so I'm not just gonna say that like for sure for fact. But it seems like, yeah, he said he hasn't been involved in a long time, which is honestly really interesting because a lot of people have been blaming him for a lot of the things of Build Into Games. Whenever they release a boring update or whenever they do something that's pay to win, people have blamed him for these issues. But if he says he hasn't been involved in a long time, how many of these choices have been his? But one of the most important things he said is Roblox stopped showing the games to people, too expensive to run. And honestly, I believe that all of this derives from the game that they released called Steal a Pet, where that was likely the final breaking point of the group, where they finally decided as a mutual decision to end it, to close Big Games. This is because they likely spent a lot of money making this game, developing this game, hoping it would do well, but apparently they think that Roblox did not promote their game and did not recommend it to anyone. Whether that's true or not, I don't know if we'll ever like fully know, but in my opinion, I honestly think the reason why I chose to not play this game, like I hadn't really played the game up until I made this video, is just because it doesn't feel like a surprise. It doesn't feel like a fun new experience. The games that are blowing up right now are games that are original, fun, and something that people have never had before on Roblox. Releasing a copy of another viral game based around your already popular game isn't really like the best like player experience. You can do as much as you want to make it like a super well-made, graphically beautiful game, but if it's not a fun experience for the player, then it will sadly fail. So whether or not Roblox fully like limited them with the algorithm or something like that, it just seems like people honestly got more and more mad at them, got more and more annoyed, and moved away. I mean, most of the YouTubers that were very big and connected to Pet Simulator have moved to other games, and that's just gonna be how it is. Big Games is now basically gone. I honestly wonder what's next for Preston, but overall, that's about all the information we're gonna get from Preston, I'm guessing. So who knows, maybe Big Games will be bought by like a new company or something, some like big conglomerate, and they'll turn it into like Pet Simulator 100, or maybe that's just it. Maybe that's the end of the previous largest group, largest developers, biggest game on Roblox. Maybe that's how it ends. And so yeah, that's basically the end of Big Games. Either way, that's gonna be it. Have an amazing day and take care.